Warning. This video may cause uncontrollable staring. Okay, we need to talk. Not in a serious, documentary voice, sit down and take notes kind of way. More like that conversation you have with your most honest friend at 11 p.m. when the filters are off and nobody's performing for anybody. Because there is something happening in this world. It has always been happening, and we keep tiptoeing around it like it's controversial, when really it's just Tuesday, curves, beauty, the specific, undeniable, almost unreasonable power that a woman with both possesses. Now, before you click away, before you compose your very passionate comment, hear me out. Because this isn't a conversation about what women should look like. It's a conversation about what the world actually does when certain women walk into it. And spoiler alert, the world loses its mind. Politely, but completely. Let's get into it. The science, the stupidity, and the stunning truth about curves.
So very nasty in. So very nasty in. Oh, I want to find my way to.
Scientists, brilliant people, years of training, expensive equipment, have spent considerable research hours studying what happens to the human brain when it encounters striking feminine beauty. Their conclusion? It short circuits. I'm paraphrasing, but only slightly. The actual findings involve words like reward pathways and dopamine spikes and involuntary attentional capture, which is a very academic way of saying your brain stops doing what it was doing and goes, wait, what is that? The same thing happens when you see a sunset, or taste something unexpectedly delicious, or hear a song that somehow knows exactly how you're feeling. Your brain, in its infinite wisdom, decides this is worth interrupting everything for. And a woman with genuine beauty, particularly the kind that comes with curves that move like they were choreographed by someone with impeccable taste, does this to people on a daily basis. Without trying, without a lab coat, and frankly without any interest in the research. She's just living her life. Science is just scrambling to keep up. Here's the thing about trends. They end. That's literally the definition. One decade it's this, next decade it's that, and somewhere in between a lot of people make very regrettable wardrobe choices. But curves have never been cancelled. Not once. Not by a single civilization in recorded human history. The ancient Greeks were carving them into marble. The Renaissance painters were dedicating entire careers to capturing them on canvas. African sculptures celebrated them thousands of years before the rest of the world caught up. And today we have entire industries worth, conservatively, several $1 trillion that exist because this particular aesthetic has never, not once, lost its audience. That is not a trend. That is a permanent feature of human appreciation. You know what else has been around that long? Fire, language, the desire to avoid Mondays. Curves are in elite company. Let's walk through the sequence, because it is remarkably consistent. She enters. Somewhere, a man forgets what he was saying mid-sentence. Not because he's shallow, because his brain has genuinely, temporarily, deprioritized the sentence. It'll come back. Probably. A group of women, and this is important, immediately notices. Not with resentment, but with that very specific kind of silent acknowledgement that happens between people who understand quality when they see it. There's a look. You know the look. It lasts about 1 second and communicates a full paragraph. Somewhere nearby, a person who has been staring at their phone for 45 minutes puts their phone down, without knowing why, as if their thumbs suddenly felt embarrassed. The ambient noise doesn't stop, but it shifts, like a playlist that quietly changed key. And she, the cause of all of this, is probably just looking for somewhere to sit, completely unaware that she has just reorganized the social architecture of the entire room. That, my friends, is power. Effortless, unintentional, gorgeous power. Now I want to talk money for a second, because this is where it gets genuinely wild. The global wellness industry, Multi-trillion dollars. A significant portion of it exists because people are trying to achieve, or maintain, or sculpt themselves toward a silhouette that women with natural curves simply woke up with. The fitness industry, the beauty industry, shapewear, a category that generates billions annually, built entirely on the aspiration to approximate what some women were born with. There are women out there who are, quite literally, the business model, not the face of the campaign, not the ambassador, the actual inspiration behind the product's existence. And they're out here just living, going grocery shopping, having opinions about reality TV, arguing about where to eat, while somewhere in a boardroom, a brand strategy team is building a quarterly roadmap around their silhouette. If that's not the most quietly hilarious form of power I've ever encountered, I don't know what is. Let's talk about what she does to ambition, because this is my favorite part. There is a very real, very documented, extremely unspoken phenomenon where men, and let's be specific, because this is mostly men, will begin improving themselves for reasons they cannot fully explain, but which are almost certainly connected to a woman they encountered. Gym memberships spike, career ambitions sharpen, grooming routines are invented from scratch. A man who has been wearing the same jacket since 2017 suddenly has opinions about tailoring. She didn't ask for any of this. She may not even know he exists, but her presence, her beauty, her energy, the way she carries herself, created a standard. And now he is quietly, desperately trying to become someone who might belong in the same story. That is not manipulation. That is not a trick. That is the oldest, most human thing in the world. Beauty inspires. It always has. The only difference is that now we have gym selfies to document the process. Now, to the women. Not because this entire video hasn't been about you, it absolutely has, but because you deserve a moment of direct address. You move through the world doing something remarkable, and most of the time the world doesn't know how to tell you that gracefully. Instead, it stares. It stumbles over its words. It writes songs about you and calls them something else. It builds entire industries in your general direction. The world is, collectively, very bad at saying, "You are extraordinary and I don't quite know what to do with that." So let me say it plainly. Your beauty is not a coincidence. Your curves are not a trend. The way you take up space, warmly, fully, without apology, is a gift that most rooms don't deserve but absolutely benefit from. African women, specifically, you have been the original blueprint for this conversation since before the conversation had words. The world eventually caught up. You were never waiting for its permission. Own it. All of it. Every curve, every room, every involuntary double take you cause in a coffee shop on a Wednesday morning. You've earned the stares. The least they can do is be honest about why. So, was that educational? Possibly. Entertaining? I hope so. Controversial? Only if you're determined. Because at the end of the day, we're just talking about what everyone already knows and very few people say out loud. Some women are built differently, and the world, try as it might, cannot pretend to be indifferent. If this video made you laugh, made you think, or made you involuntarily look over your shoulder, subscribe. Because there's more where this came from. Drop a comment. What's the funniest real-life reaction to beauty you've ever witnessed? Bonus points for specificity. I want details. Like, share, and go be extraordinary. I'll see you in the next one.